All right, to answer the blue question, we're trying to figure out the two perfect squares that would make the following statement true without using a calculator. So one thing to notice here is this is a negative square root of 40. So if I'm looking at the positives, the square root of 40, okay, the two perfect squares that's going to be between, it's going to be less than the square root of 49. Okay? That's a perfect square, which is equal to 7. And it's greater than the square root of, let's see, 36, because that's equal to 6. So the positive square root of 40 is going to be somewhere between 6 and 7. And that's how I would write that. The square root of 40 is between 6 and 7. But that is working on the positive side. And I'm going to represent this with a number line because I think it's easier, or a good visual way to do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here's my 6, here's my 7. The square root of 40 is going to fall somewhere in between these. I don't know exactly where, and I don't really need to know exactly where to do this problem, but it's going to be somewhere between those two. And that's equal to, the 6 is the square root of 36, and 7 is the square root of 49. But now, once I put the negative square root of 40 in there, okay, so basically what that does is it takes all of these numbers and it flips it. So let's label this with red. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Here's -6. Here's -7. So if I was going to do negative square root of 40, I've got that written down there already. Well, negative square root of 40 is going to be somewhere in here. Okay, so that's going to be negative square root of 40. So what are the two perfect squares that are on either side of it? Well, negative square root of 49 is the one that's smaller than it, and negative square root of 36 is the one that's bigger than it. Everything gets flipped around. So when you write your inequality, I would say that, okay, what is negative square root 40 bigger than? Well, it's bigger than the negative square root of 49, okay? And it's smaller than the negative of the square root of 36. So in the two blanks, you would put negative square root of 49 and negative square root of 36. Oh, and actually on these, I guess it's just less than and greater. It's not or equal to. Okay? So you could have written that as your answer, or you could have also wrote what the actual perfect squares were. So if you wrote -7 is less than or equal to negative square root of 40, which is less than -6, that is fine as well. So both of these answers would be acceptable.